Hey guys, what is up? Today, guys, it's CrossX, and I'm going to be running you guys through some of the major flaws, some of the buffs, and some of the some of the nerfs that I think should happen with Roadhog, and some things that I think they could change, varying him in certain ways, and just list them out for you guys. So flaw number one is basically just going to be how there's no way to really out DPS your healing without a full team fight or an ultimate, no matter what you are. That's a really big flaw, because even if you're a widow and you snipe him once in the head, you have to wait for that full charge, and by that time he at least has 200 HP. But at that 200 HP you can then headshot him, but that's after he's done healing and he is mobile. So that's one thing I think that they should work on. Maybe make extending the time period that it takes to use the full health, or just not allowing him to get 200 HP. Another thing that I think they could do is to raise the damage of his hook. So his hook might do 75 instead of 50. However, I think that you should be able, when you get hooked, to be able to shoot while you're hooked. So while you're getting pulled, that makes it to where he can't just mosey on into a team fight, grab one of your DPSs, and kill him without taking any damage, because of that short period of stun and that stun while you're on hook. I think that would help it a lot. I think that you should extend the cooldown period of both of the abilities. As we can look at, the abilities are kind of ridiculous. He can use his hook very often, and his healing very often. That's what makes him so reliable in a 3v3, but I also think that makes him what's overpowered and competitive in casual play. And by casual, I mean quick play. I think that's something that they could really do and help them. I don't think the healing should change, but I think it should go at a slower rate, like I've already stated. That's something that would make the game just so many. And now I'm going to compare him to some other tanks. So other tanks would include, you know, Zarya, Winston, Reinhardt, and I think that's it. Oh, and D.Va. So let's just talk about D.Va's kit. She's got a jump boost, which I would say she can fly for 2 seconds with I think it's the 10-second cooldown, and she has a shield. So the shield lasts for a good, I'll say 5 seconds. It lasts for a good 5 seconds continuously, but you can turn it on and off, and her thing, you know, that works. And her shield takes 1 second cooldown time, but it takes longer to recharge. And she has no one-hit abilities on either her mech or out of her mech. So no one-hit abilities and kind of low damage, because you can repetitively headshot a road pig or roadhog as a D.Va, and it won't do any damage enough to out DPS him. But like I stated, there isn't really anything that can. There's a couple things, but you know, it's so there. Anyways, that's D.Va's kid doing a a bit of damage and moderate kills. And then let's go ahead and just switch straight over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt has a one-hit ability. He is almost the only other character that does have a one-hit ability, and that is his dash. Now, his dash does take time. It is pretty predictable. He has to have his shield down, and while you're charging at them, they can shoot, which is why I think in Roadhog's stance, he should also have the same ability to where you can be shot while you're getting targeted. I think that would make that so much nicer and so much easier to counter as playing against a Roadhog. Alright, so let's go ahead and start talking about Winston. Now, Winston does have a barrier. His barrier does protect in a full 360 degrees angle, and it does I would say it protects about 300 damage per. It protects about 300 damage. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe I'm off. Let's just say 600 for the doubt of it. Even Reinhardt's shield does 2,000, which I forgot to mention on Reinhardt, but you know, he only protects 2,000, and that's only a one-facing direction. So Winston does have that going for him. He also has a jump pack, which his jump pack does do extra ability damage. So what the jump pack does is it gives him a little bit of extra damage while you're in those fights with attack characters, because Winston can easily be countered by almost every attack character with high DPS and high mobility. Although he can counter very easily Tracer and almost, I want to say, Pharah if you play him in the right aspect. So that is what Winston is very good at. he's also very good at, if you have a healer, to get down there and just start disrupting, and his ultimate allows him to gain 1000 health to his max health and swing his arms, doing less damage than Roadhog's ult, which we haven't even gotten to. Then we can talk about Zarya. Now, Zarya is a different type of character. She's an off-tank. And what off-tank means is that she doesn't have as much health as some of the other characters, but she still has the elemental thing as a tank. She can tank damage with her orbs that protects her and protects teammates. And a cool thing about her orbs is, as they get damage, she gains more damage. So it's basically like a reflect on Genji, except way more elevated and way more diagnostic. So let's just talk about some of the benefits of each character's ultimates. So we're going to go ahead and start back with D.Va. She says, nerf this, and blows up in a 360 radius, one-hitting everybody in line of sight to the mech. And not everybody. It has a certain range, which the range is quite small considering how long it takes her to get that ultimate. So that's her ultimate. It is a one-hit ability, but then again, you have a good radius to get the fuck out of there. So that's that. Let's talk about Reinhardt. Reinhardt is a heavy stun with your teammates there. That ultimate can be deadly, but if you don't have your teammates there, the ultimate will land you about 2 kills. If you're lucky, if you're not lucky, you can only get 1, and usually you want to take out their healer. So he does have a one-hit almost ability, but then again, that does take a left shift out of that as well. And if they have anybody else protecting them, you can get 0 kills. So that is a luck of the draw ability, but it can land you a decent amount of kills. Roadhog's ultimate, or left shift, gives you a one-hit ability, which almost no other tank in the game has such a dominating one-hit ability. And this is after Hook 2.2. People thought it was 2.0, but it's actually 2.2, meaning that he has to have line of sight, but still the line of sight is not enough. I'm getting hooked around corners and everything still. It still happens, but I get that they're trying. However, I do see that it could be possible for him to be nerfed and tweaked a little bit, like I've been stating, and just making it happen. His ultimate is where he releases his whole hog ability, which makes a shotgun basically on a crank like a Gatling gun, and sprays in about a 90-degree angle of bullets. That does a fairly decent amount of damage, breaking Reinhardt's shield and destroying a whole enemy team if they're near an edge. Heavy knockback, and it's very, very good. It's very usable. Let's talk about Winston's ult. Winston's getting angry, and he'll punch people, or aka bully people, into a corner or disrupt their whole team's positions. And high ranking, that does really matter, but at low ranking, his disruption doesn't really do anything, as most people don't know how to play for his disruption. But it's very hard to get a kill as Winston. Most Winstons and lower rank, my rank, would like to just use it to stay alive, which is reasonable at that rank because your life might be worth more than your ultimate disruption at that time. Zarya's ultimate is called Graviton Surge. Her Graviton Surge unleashes a ball which all characters are grouped towards, and counter with other ultimates. Her ultimate is deadly, but it takes forever for Zarya to get her ultimate. You might get to a game, and that is during a quick play game. You might get 2. Also, let's just go ahead and talk back to Roadhog real fast. And as I talk about Roadhog some more, I'll be coming out with more of these if you guys do like them. But if not, I'm not going to waste my time on them anymore because I have these all written down and everything. So the hook should be completely taken out, but there's a reason why it won't happen. It's already been featured in comics, and it's a vital part of his character kit. And if it was taken out, it'd be kind of ridiculous. Although I think all the other things I've stated, even the benefits and the nerfs, I think would be really nice. I also think that it should have a longer ult charge for Roadhog, meaning his healing doesn't boost him 10-15% at a time just because he healed himself for 300 HP. That's kind of ridiculous. I think that he should get ultimate charge from healing, but I think it should be like 5, not 15. That means he gets his ult almost faster than any character in the game, besides, I would say, McCree, if he's hitting all his shots and headshots. But guys, that's going to do it for this video of Roadhog nerf and /buff. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. If you want to, subscribe, like, and comment. And if you guys want to comment what character you'd like to see in the description. Thanks.